Hello everyone, this is Matt from Real World Review, and today we're going to replace the screen on the Motorola Moto G7. So the tools that you will need are going to be a T4 bit, a blade of some sort, a playing card, some glue, and some heat. You will also need some clamps for the gluing process. So what we're going to do is heat up the edges, and then once everything is heated up, we're going to get a razor blade and try and lift up the screen. Once there's a little bit of a gap, we're going to get a playing card to cut through the adhesive. Then we're going to use that playing card to go through the whole entire screen. If there's any area that's a little bit difficult, feel free to add a little bit more heat. Just make sure not to add too much. Also make sure to be careful on the right because that's where the LCD plug-in is. Once enough of the screen is off, it'll lift over to the side like shown, and then we can grab that T4 bit and remove these 3 screws. Then we want to lift up this metal piece and pull it down, and then we have access to the battery, which is what we want to unplug first, and then we can unplug the screen. Next, what you want to do is clean up the adhesive. I recommend using a razor blade, but just be very careful not to cut any cables, and obviously be very careful around the battery. So once everything is cleaned up, we're going to examine the new screen and the old screen and make sure to move anything over that needs to be moved over, like these little cable covers. This one is for the backlight, so we definitely need to move that over to make sure nothing grounds out the backlight. Then we want to remove this little tape thing. I don't know if it really does anything, but let's just do it just in case. Then there's this other tape thing behind the cable. Again, I don't know if it's needed, but let's move it over just in case. Now that everything looks nice, we want to clean up all the glass that's remaining in the phone, make sure there's none on there, and then we can plug in the new screen and make sure it works. And it looks like it does. And the touchscreen works as well. So let's power this back off, and we can put in this little metal piece back in, starting with the top, and then we can put in the 3 screws. Next, I hope you kept that little rubber thing because that goes over the front camera, and we can put that in and make sure it lines up properly. And then we're going to use that glue to go around the top of the phone and the sides of the phone. Make sure not to get in the camera area or the speaker area, and make sure to dodge the microphone area at the bottom. Once you apply the glue throughout the whole screen, we can just set this down and then grab those clamps and put them on the screen. I recommend using 5 on each side and letting it sit for about 30 minutes to an hour. Once you've let it sit for long enough, you can take off the clamps, remove the little plastic piece, and clean up all the glue. If there's a big clump, it should kind of fall off like this, or you can kind of pull it out. Either way, it shouldn't be too difficult to do. You can use your fingernail, or if you want to use like a plastic pick of some sort, you can do that as well. I do not recommend using metal to clean any of this up, but you can also use some rubbing alcohol if that does help. And once everything looks nice, power the phone back on, and everything should be good. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section or on Twitter at MattofRWR, and feel free to follow me on the social media listed above. Subscribe to my channel so you can see more repair and review videos, and hit that bell button so then YouTube actually reminds you when those videos do come out. Thanks for watching.